The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Tracy Fitzpatrick, and I'll be your moderator today. Thank you so much for joining us here at Netcom Learning, a market leader in promoting lifelong learning, training, and talent development solutions. And we're very excited to host today's event, Introduction to AI Solutions. And presenting today's topic is Usama Khan. Usama is a senior technologist and international speaker for enterprise cloud technologies. He has more than 15 years of experience in the technology industry. He's been awarded a Microsoft MVP numerous times, as well as being recognized for the prestigious MI Award by his peers for the past 8 years. Usama also specializes in software development lifecycle, DevOps, MLOps for data and business, BI solutions, as well as data science and Microsoft Platform Power BI. Now, please bear in mind that this is an overview of a very robust topic. We do offer a collection of technical and business courses that can be tailored towards your specific requirements. If you are interested in a further discussion, you can make an appointment with our learning consultants through our website at netcomlearning.com. Netcom Learning helps build innovative learning organizations by achieving a smarter workforce, adapting to change, and driving growth. We do this with a broad catalog of offerings, developing customized learning plans, and our global delivery capabilities. Since 1998, we've been empowering organizations with our managed learning services to help them reach optimal performance results and address their challenges. We do have 9 practice areas in which we specialize. They encompass people, process, and technology training. Today's presentation will be from the AI and data practice area. Netcom Learning also offers a comprehensive training portfolio for AI courses. Our upcoming classes include various training on Microsoft Azure AI fundamentals, deep learning on AWS, machine learning pipeline on AWS, and so much more. You can check them all out right there on your screens. And you can also access a variety of AI and data marketing assets, such as the free 1-hour trainings, free on-demand trainings, and blogs by clicking on the available webinar handout. These offerings can be found with a simple search on our website at netcomlearning.com. So why should you attend this event today? Well, whether you're an individual aiming to upskill or a business looking to embrace AI technology, this masterclass will equip you with the essential knowledge to harness the power of AI solutions and highlight the importance of having a skilled team proficient in AI technology. During the session, our experienced trainer will guide you through the fundamentals of AI, providing you with a solid understanding of its principles and applications. Now I'd like to give you a quick overview of the logistics before we get started. To begin with, you do have the option to adjust the window size to your liking. Simply hit the escape key and find the zoom button on the top left corner of your GoToWebinar viewer. Everyone has been muted except for our presenters. Feel free to submit any questions you do have for the presenters here in the questions pane, and we will address them at the end of the session. And to get the best out of today's webinar, we've included the slides, courses we talk about, and marketing assets in the handout section of your GoToWebinar viewer. You can refer to them to get a better understanding of the topic at any time. And we do realize that many of you do have to leave early and wanted to let you know that as you do leave the session today, you'll be presented with a short survey. We'd like to request for you to take a quick moment to participate in this very quick survey. Your feedback really does help us understand your learning experience and improve our future sessions. The survey's answers are measured on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 representing outstanding and 1 representing poor. And now at last, I'm going to pass this over to Osama, who will be presenting today's topic. Okay, Osama, you are live. Take it away. And then just give us some audio and you're set to go.
Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, we can. And go full screen and you're good to go.
Okay, so you can see the masterclass. The masterclass slides are displayed.
Yeah, just go full screen. Introduction to AI solutions.
Okay, isn't it full screen? I try to make a full screen.
And you're in full screen. Oh, yeah, just we're in full screen. There you go. Perfect. Masterclass introduction, full screen.
Fantastic. Thank you, Tracy, for introducing us, and thank you for. I'm really excited for this particular session. I was waiting for that one for quite a long time, and I already have a great introduction by Tracy. So first of all, big thanks and welcome everyone to our beloved session that called Masterclass for Introduction for AI Solutions. I know AI being a buzzword across the globe out there. Everybody want to have it. Nobody has that at this moment, and everybody want to claim that we are an AI expert or we want to one. And that's why we're here. The main purpose of this whole classroom is introduce you to the world of an AI and understand what are the learning opportunities and what kind of applications AI can bring in our lives as well. AI is already infused. We didn't realize that. In our today's session, definitely going to talk about that. So without any further delay, let's get started. So today's agenda is talk about the benefit and advantages of implementing AI solutions. That's one of the key concerns organizations are keep asking their IT folks out there, especially for data scientists, AI engineers, why, how, and where AI can help us. Does AI is available in that mature stage that enterprises can adopt that, or is the AI is enough ready, it's enough mature, or the solutions are can really help us that we are not using at this stage out there. So we're going to talk about that. We talk about exploring the AI-driven innovation and also advancements. It's one of the most important thing out there. You guys have might be heard of the thing that called Gen AI, generative AI. The whole fuss all about it. Every one of us use the chat GPT and get amazed. Yesterday I just used the chat GPT to just create a beautiful poem for my wife, and she still think that I'm a source of great poet, which I'm not. So you can see it's helping us in every segment, and it's so phenomenal. But how are you able to achieve that? And where are we going to ahead from this point? On the important thing that we're going to quickly discover and talk about it in this particular segment after this particular point. I want you guys to be understand that where the AI is currently standing and where we are moving forward from here as well. So we're going to definitely talk about it, the other segments as well, that what the AI is and what are the other applications we can build out there. Second thing, building teams skills out there, building teams for AI. One of the biggest challenge across the globe, it's to understand where to start. What specific thing I will do? Do I go for data science? What is data science? What is machine learning? What is deep learning? What is AI? What is AI engineering, data engineering, prompt engineering? There's so much buzzwords out there. There's so much confusion out there. There's so much content on internet, so outdated, obsoleted. And that's what the NetCom is doing here. That's what the NetCom shines in here. They navigate and guide you with the right path, with the objectives, with the right outcomes. It's very important to understand that where we are coming from and where we about to land, where we're going to be moving forward from this point out there. So that you can talk about. Then you guys know that there are two big giant companies in the cloud. The reason that AI gets super powered, super pumped up, reason because Microsoft and Amazon is pushing their cloud computing services behind that, which is kind of super cool thing, and I really like it. But at the same time, it's quite dangerous as well, and it's quite powerful in what features and services they offer, and make the whole story quite complex. And that's what I will try to make sure that I can simplify that. My main objective here is to simplify that whole story of AI for you, so you can pick the right choice for you. You can pick, okay, that's the thing that matters most to me. Okay, that's the specific thing that really I want to cover in the segment out there. So we talk about the AI portfolio from Microsoft. Then we're also going to talk about AI portfolio from AWS. So we don't want to single out AWS. We love AWS. We love all cloud technology providers. We are NetComs. So let's get started. So Many people have asking me this question: is AI thing, is that really a thing, or that much important that every organization trying to get out there? Even a few days back, one of my friends have said to me that the larger enterprises are very reluctant to adopt the new and modern technology. How do you think they're going to adopt this AI thing, which is basically coming on a so fast pace? It's not something new. AI does exist from a very long time. It took quite long, more than 3 or 4 decades, to just be here where we are at this moment. So just give us time where we are at this moment. So at this moment, there's a $13 trillion market of AI. The current AI value creation is $13 million. It's creating new jobs, it's killing jobs as well, but it's creating jobs and creating value. It's creating these companies and advancement on each segment of life: retail, travel, transportation, logistics, automobile, materials, fintech, telecom, oil, agriculture. And these are the top 10 that we're talking about here. And you can see that how much they have the impact and what kind of business value AI is generating out there. Today's companies are this, and this report is coming from McKinsey. So McKinsey is basically the one who's behind this report. And they are one of the well-known financial reporting service in the world. And that, so current value is $30 million, and we want our piece out of it out there. So it's a real thing. People are putting a huge amount of money. Just Microsoft alone has invested approximately $48 billion in ChatGPT in OpenAI products out there, to infuse that one in their every single application, from Windows to Microsoft Office, for their development product like a GitHub or a VS Code. They are everywhere. And it's coming from so fast pace. But the question is how? So let me just take you back and just give you the light overview of the history. I'm not going to bore with you history, guys. It's a tacky class. So initially, we start using the chess play as a search out there. So try to find it. And in the 1950s, the whole journey of the concept, whole concept of AI just gets started. And if you talk about the history, a history of AI, so there are two different type of AIs that we get advice out there. One, we call it a weak AI, and one we call a good or strong AI out there. That might be have heard of these terms as well. The strong AI that can basically take a huge amount of data and predict something that is very realistic out there, very near to its efficiency and accuracy out there. But in 1950, the first digital computer was built out in 1940s actually, and in 1950s we basically able to understand that how the so first we understand that how we can just process that when it's all built the start. And in 1960s we have the decision tree making out there by the shaky. That's one of the method of machine learning out there. Still, it was very weak AI. It took a very less amount of data to process because we don't have at that time the compute power that we're trying to look out there, or that we're trying to create out there. And that's what the big challenge. It was a big challenge that how we can basically find or create a better thing. And slowly the AI get advanced, and you can see out there, and we are here almost in 2022, where AI can really generate things almost as realistic out there, that even you cannot distinguish the content, the images, the different kind of segments, the voice and audio and videos being created by AI is so close. It's so close to the actual reality that it's mimic the reality. But why and how? How? Definitely, there are so many segments out there. AI is no longer a technology of future. AI is here, and much of that really was once out there. It's not any more sci-fi thing out there. We are living the sci-fi out there. So AI is basically able to perform so fast and so big. The main reason it's AI able to do that because it's a very simple thing. We can able to process and ingest large amount of data, and we have a monster scale computing resources, GPUs and cloud computing resources out there that help us to basically process the data out there, to make and give them AI super powerful neural networks out there, give a super powerful data feed. So one based on that, AI can make better decisions out there, better generations out there, and it can basically provide us a more fine grained, more realistic answers as well. And that's what's the most important thing that we have to understand this out there. It took us a very long time to be here where we are. So it's, first of all, it's not something new. The major paradigm shift that we have seen in AI, it's in 90s era. It's not even at yet out there, where we have seen the high amount of computer sources introduced and we able to process large amount of data. Because of evolution of a big data science, able to process large amount of data, we are generating more data than ever before. Okay, and even based on some international magazines and international organizations, that we are generating data in one day that we used to generate in a decade in past. So it's that much big, and we able to digest that data in a big storage and a process and make it available for computer sources. So it's a buzzword, but it's a regular advancement. It's not something that come out of the blue. The first question, what is AI? AI is the hottest buzzword in the tech world at this moment out there. But nobody, it's very rare to get an answer out there. I just really give you this thing out. You go on YouTube and search, what is AI? Well, after this class, you get amazed at how many different example and illustrations you will get out there, and they don't match sometimes. Even you go for official courses from Google and Amazon, they talk quite different, even the same idea. So recent years, recent year, there are fast and levels of achievements and innovation that happens in this particular area of AI out there, which basically make AI is almost a $17 billion, trillion organization or industry. AI is basically a method of making computer control, think intelligently, and mimic human task, and even let them do it more better than that. So mimic the cognitive functions like speech, listen, see, deduct. When you see things, you can classify, you can deduct, you can objectify that one as well. You can do lots of things as humans out there, and AI can do same things. AI can tell you these are the dogs, these are the cats out there. It can differentiate between these things. AI can predict. AI can predict as well. So AI is accomplished by stating the patterns and the underlying data. So we've tried to use a huge amount of data to train the AI models, or that called machine learning models, and the product, the intelligence that inside that came out of those models, it's basically AI, which basically we embed in applications to make in a real-time applications out there, like Google Voice out there. You have might be seen the Google Now, or you have seen the Alexa. That's basically talking to you out there. You have seen the Chat GPT. You have seen the Bard, the Google-based chat bot out there, which can easily communicate with you. You can do voice. You can see the systems that can detect the like a Tesla autonomous cars. They can drive itself on the roads. How it happens? Object deductions. It understands the object and predict that how the distance will be basically made out there. So predictability as well. That's what AI is. So AI is, what is AI? AI, it's basically a larger picture. To put it simple, AI is a creation of a software that imits the human behavior and capabilities, and it is basically allow you to do the same thing what humans can do, but in a parallel task, it's more superlative. In parallel task, it is more superlative out there. It's superlative than humans, because the AI computers can perform faster tasks than humans out there. And you might be heard of some keywords: machine learning, computer vision, knowledge mining. These all are the sub products of AI. AI is a bigger Uber. AI is a bigger umbrella. I have a diagram later on stage out there. So AI is basically the end product. What is AI? AI, it's basically the end product as well. And how many types of AI we have? How many types of AI we have? We have actually three different. Oh, what happened? Sorry. So we have a different type of AIs as well. But first, just moving. Sorry. That's sorry for that. Screen move itself. So I was talking about the AI itself, and artificial intelligence or AI itself out there, it's in a bigger Uber. Inside that, there are multiple segments or area of studies are available. One of them is machine learning. What is machine learning? Machine learning is understanding the underlying patterns of the data. So you basically provide a large amount of data, and machine learning try to process that one as well. So first of all, the concept of machine learning is super simple, that you provide a large amount of data based on a mathematical statistical concepts and the QE and equations. We try to predict what is right, what is wrong in classifications and different kind of predictions as well. And we draw the conclusion based on given data. So we give them a more data, we can get a better predictions out there. Since we have able to process terabytes of data, we have systems like ChatGPT. So once the models are trained, it can make our decisions much more faster out there. So we can give them a smaller inputs and they can generate outputs, and it processed through these machine learning models. So one of the type of machine learning models and AI products that we have that's very popular, it's computer vision. Computer vision, it's basically deals within a very specific kind of or a specific branch of an AI out there that deal within the vision, they deal within the images, that deal within the videos, they deal in the graphics as well. And it interpreted the real world visuals through camera, videos, audios, images out there, and natural language processing as well. Now you can just type and it can create images for you as well. So you can understand the images, you can get insight out of images. So you can see that how many people gather in the, let's say in some rally out there. You can determine how many cars on the road, what type of models they are, how far the car is, what model the car is out there. Understanding the different objects. In agriculture fields out there, understanding the food or the crops which are not good, the bad crops out there, or have any kind of insects on it. It can deduct those small abnormalities as well by the training. So we train them with the good and bad data, and we tell them that's good, that's bad. And based on that, computer vision is being created and make decisions out there. We do have in a modern form, an advanced form of an AI that called knowledge mining. Knowledge mining extract large volume of information from unstructured data, which means data is not very much structured out there, like PDF files, JSON files, photographs, and different kind of data that's not stored in databases. They're stored in a file storage. And we extract this information and make it searchable for organizations. More relatable, more advanced form of that particular segment called segmented search that you might have heard of it nowadays, very popular. So what we're doing with an AI, what AI is basically helping us, for an example, AI is basically helping us so we can do a text analysis, which means the ability to process natural language. So we give the commands, we tell computer the instruction in a natural language. Please open my calendar, please write email, write an essay, for example. And based on our giving inputs, it not only read, it can extract the semantic meanings. Semantic meanings that previously we don't have this capability. In a recent time, in a recent breakthrough of the Google paper, after Google paper that called Transformers, which basically gave birth to OpenAI, and which is now we have a ChatGPT software. It's the same thing. So that's what I'm trying to say here, that text analysis has become very powerful out there. So semantic search. If I say write an essay for my life, for my wife, I said write an email for my wife for Valentine's Day. It understands the weight and values for those and the meanings out there, meanings of these words, and it go back on a large number of a language database and find the relationship between words and create an essay, create an email, create a paragraph based on that subject meaning out there. Even I never asked for many things, just added because of the meanings and because the close proximity in a vector space. Visual perceptions. So visual perception is a computer vision, the capability to intercept, process any kind of input images, videos, and camera live feeds, and perform different kind of object detection classifications out there. Speech is another type of natural language processing, but through voice. Rather than text, it's more about voice. So it's also a type of NLP, that we can use it out here. You have seen Alexa, Cortana to Microsoft, and decision making. So AI is a capability that can also experience and learn a correlation between assets and data points as well. For example, it can recognize abnormalities in a sensors out there. Long back, we have collaborated with the Intel and on our project where we help them to take the photographs of their PCI boards on the assembly line and detect the abnormalities in a much more earlier stages, so the remaining item will not sold on the board once board get bad. And all it happens through visual representations of that one of computer vision and making decision upon that one. So okay, that will work or not. So computer vision can basically help us to determine that okay, if the one chip is sold it wrong on the board, that means the whole board goes wrong. If more equipment we're going to install on the board, it's going to be still useless for us, right? So if you remove that one earlier in assembly, because this all assemblies nowadays are computer operated, they are robotic out there, so it can really help us out there. So robots understand what's good, what's bad, and they can make decisions out there. If we break it down the few terms, what is data science and what is machine learning and what is artificial intelligence? So AI, machine learning, and data science is basically a very big, I can say, buzzwords in the industry, and people get a huge confusion around. Data science is a field of study of data, that how extract meanings from it out there, and where the machine learning is the field devoted to understanding and building method to utilize and improve the performance of predictability out there. Machine learning is the method. It's basically what data science or data scientist or data science is basically getting insights, getting insight out of data by using machine learning techniques. So what data scientists do nowadays? Yes, for sure, you're absolutely right. Data scientists nowadays just build machine learning models. They use many machine learning and statistical techniques to create a model that can give us a meaningful insight and from underlying data, or use that data in a much more better manner for predicting future things out there. So if we talk about data science determines the process, system, tools, and the transformation of a data. Insights need to be collected, applied on a various industries, statistics, data visualization, coding skills required for that one as well, machine learning required for that one, understanding databases like SQL, non-SQL, understanding data warehousing techniques out there. These all things we do in an area of data science. Then we talk about the second one. It's machine learning. Machine learning, it's a tool out there. Machine learning is a field of artificial intelligence. It's basically a subset of artificial intelligence. It's a one segment of artificial intelligence. And what are these things are required out there? So artificial intelligence that gives a machine human-like capabilities to learn and adopt through statistical methods and algorithms out there. So we use statistical method and algorithms, and in order to create a machine learning predictable models, neural networks out there that can mimic human capabilities. So skills, if you talk about what skills that we need here in a machine learning, if you want to build machine learning models out there, you need mathematics, you need statistics, you need probabilities, you need to understand the different working within a comfortable data, you need a programming skills out there. If you want yourself to build a machine learning model that can create AI. Okay, so because this is a very important thing, there are different people and different job roles, and we have to prepare different audience for that one as well. Everyone cannot be a data scientist, everybody will not build machine learning models, everyone will not work with an AI as well. So, and AI just needed a complete data modeling and prototyping and much more than that as well. So that's a quick summary what AI is and what is the other segment as well. There are other roles that exist: data scientists, data analysts, data engineers, data architects. We talk about that one later, slightly later, and give them more idea about it. AI itself, as I said, that it's a very big field of study of the data out there in order to just mimic that what humans can do and perform a cognitive intelligence in other segments as well. And even now, you're able to do it much more better than others as well. So I hope so. This is quite nice elaboration that you guys can understand, okay, what this whole fuss is all about. So that's the main field, data science, where we basically understand the data and different data patterns. We apply machine learning techniques on the data by using data science and machine learning together to create something that can deduct, that can generate, that can predict. And then the end product of this service out there is basically AI. The end product of this one is AI out there. So AI space is a quite complex and it's a multidisciplinary space out there, which use a lots of things into accounts out there. So that's why it is important to understand difference between AI and non-AI as well. If you guys have any questions, please note it down. I'll try to answer most of them by end of my session as well. And I want you to just understand what we can do. So AI can deal within a different kind of analytics out there. So for suppose predictive analytics, so that basically try to predict the data that is never seen in future out there, that is never been trained on it. We do a prescriptive analysis, that basically also part of AI that can help you to make predictive analysis and make decision upon that one as well. So different kind of analysis out there. So machine learning is used for predictive reporting out there, machine learning used for pattern discovery out there, and different technology we use out there. So if you put simple, so AI aim to enable machine to execute reasoning by replicating human intelligence in a very simple or in an easy elaborations if I are them. So there's a automation is within an AI. So there's one of the products that we see, the AI within an automation. AI allow you to automate repetitive tasks on a high volume by setting up on a repeatable systems out there. AI products have the intelligence inbuilt as well. So intelligent products, AI can turn a conversational products out there into more brighter communities. And these communities can be used for different purposes. So when they pair with the conventional platforms or and the intelligent platform together, they're able to generate much more better perspective as well. So AI can be used for data analysis, pattern recognitions, machine learning, natural language processing, robotics, predictive modeling, computer vision, expert systems, neural networks. These all segments are the part of artificial intelligence. That's what we do in artificial intelligence. Everything, if anybody's working on any of these segments or any of these fields, they are basically practicing artificial intelligence. For student perspective, that people whom are really want their career into this particular world of AI, I want to make sure that they understand the full horizon out there. So if we democlassify out there, demystify our AI, so AI have two major branches, okay? So AI have the two major branches, like we have two different kind of AIs, strong AI versus weak AI. Strong AI is referred as general AI. So general AI is also known as artificial general intelligence. Artificial general intelligence are strong AI. And it's referred to the AI system that can process human level intelligence or even superior or surpass sometimes as well in a wide range of tasks out there. Strong AI would have a capabilities of understanding, reasoning, and learning, and applying that knowledge to solve complex problems, and in much more theoretical manners as well. However, the development of a strong AI is still very large and theoretical, but still is now here as this moment out there. And if you talk about the narrow AI, okay, that's basically the past. That's a stage that we are at this moment out there. That's the stage that we are at this moment. We're able to achieve that. The narrow AI, so how it's happening? Because we are handling the billions of data raws to general artificial intelligence solution or artificial general intelligence solutions to basically predict that is so close to accuracy out there. Here, if you give the 5 images of cat and dogs and try to show them a dog that was not involved or that you never gave the image, it will not be able to detect it. So you have to give the every possible dog images that is in the world with every single angle to basically work with the system out there, which is kind of impossible. Here, the advancement in the data and the processing and the intelligence able to solve this problem out there. In past, we don't have that data. That's why the problem was never able to solve out there. The weak AI is including example from Siri and Alexa as well. So where the recommendation algorithms and image recognition work out there. Weak AI operate within a predefined boundaries and does not recognize or does not generalize any specialized domain. So there are many times you can just go for the Alexa, and if Alexa don't know, they try to go and search on internet. If you go for the Siri, and Siri many times the initial stage were not able to answer so many things. They go for the web search. Strong AI generates something end of the day out there. It solves a complex problem, and it's more powerful than anything else. So it's very important. So this is the holistic picture that I want to create out there. So the larger Uber, it's an AI. Okay, AI generate the deliverable products, in my opinion, out there. So there are roles out there now, this industry that call AI engineering. There are roles out there for machine learning, for data scientists, and the people who do advanced human recognizational kind of things out there, or neural network kind of things. It calls deep learning. So deep learning is a branch of machine learning. Okay, deep learning is a branch of machine learning. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning that focus on training artificial neural network. Neural network the same way that human brain works out there. So it able to create in a structure function in a same method in order to solve a very complex problem. ChatGPT is a result of deep learning. It's a one classification of deep learning out there. If you have seen the deep fake, where you can see that people have mounted their faces on others' bodies and it's look absolutely same, that's the face of deep learning out there. And the generative AI that you're seeing today, that we are basically practicing and talking about it, it's the subset of machine learning, deep learning out there. So the highest Uber is, or highest umbrella ring of, you can say out there, it's artificial intelligence. Segment of artificial intelligence deal within a machine learning, and inside the machine learning we have another field of study or subset that called deep learning. And as one of the product of deep learning, or area of a deep learning or implementation of deep learning, is generative AI that help us to generate content. What is deep learning? It's automatically extract the features and it built neural network, and it's very, very high performance out there. But it only work if you provide them a large amount of data. If you don't provide them a large amount of data, it doesn't work at all. So that's a very cool thing. Moving forward, okay, so since we're talking about machine learning itself, and what is machine learning? Machine learning involve observing and studying data, or experiencing and identifying patterns, and the reasoning system based on findings as well. So machine learning can basically help you to understand on a process data. So I can train machine learning model by giving data and plugging the right algorithm. Okay, and each algorithm has a multiple hyperparameters that we can adjust to get a fine-tuned results. And there are different algorithms, they solve different kind of problem in the area of machine learning. We use Python, we use different programming languages, we use data engineering to get the data available so we can provide the data to machine learning model. We do a feature selection, that means identifying the objects in the data, understanding columns in the data, in simpler words out there, that what we want to predict. If I want to predict diabetes, so I have the patient's database out there, so I need to see some sample data. So machine learning have two major models out there. Machine learning have two major types. One called supervised learning, and one other one called unsupervised learning. Supervised learning, this model uses historical data to understand the behavior and formulate the future forecast or predictability. This learning algorithm analyze and trained on a data sets and draw conclusion, draw inferences that can be applied on the output. So it's a very simple thing. If I try to draw something here very quickly, so in machine learning, there are some few things are really important here to understand. So number one, well, I cannot hold a second, just give me a second, and software. Okay, zoom it. I'm just trying to open the one tool so everybody can see that. 64, that's what I need. Okay. So machine learning has very simple thing. You have an input, you have a model, and you have output. So in the first phase, we basically provide the large amount of data. First, we provide the very large amount of data, large data sets out there. So we can provide images, okay, dog image, cat image, okay. Then once you provide this data, it's going to go here. This is going to do into the model out there. We pick the one specific algorithm and use the machine learning libraries nowadays that solve out there. These algorithms are statistical and mathematical formulas, and that basically find and they create underlying patterns out there. And then we can have an output. So once we train our model, so we can provide the input and it can give us an output based on the model that we have trained on it out there. So if I give the 100 images, okay, then I can give any image or similar image, it can predict based on that. But I have to tell my model, that this one is dog and this one is cat. So when I'm giving the training data, I will tell them this is right, this is wrong, okay. And that's how the bias will basically control our audience. Can be more biased based on data out there. And based on that, it will make decisions. If anything come in between, system cannot able to recognize. System cannot able to find objects out there. So I can tell them a car and a cycle. So I can just say the car and the cycle. That's I can tell to the systems out there. Okay, sorry for the terrible cycle. So I can tell the car and cycle. If the motorbike comes, if it's a model going not able to select that one, as a model not able to detect that one also because I trained that model out there. That's what a supervised learning. You provide the labelings out there. You have to define the predictability. So end goal to deploy a model to one for the predict a new value and understand the existing relationship between data and the variables out there. So variables are explanatory and response out there. Their results are accuracy are sometimes very high. Unsupervised machine learning, which basically getting these details out there because we have to tell, but imagine that you have 500,000 type of cats, how you will provide all these images. That's going to be very difficult, right? And that's what unsupervised machine learning solve. So this ML algorithm does not use classification or labeling techniques or parameters. It focuses on discovering hidden structure from underlying data and help system to interference and function correctly as well. Also, another thing, the algorithms with an unsupervised learning can use both generative learning models and relative based approach as well. So nowadays, the one thing that you have seen the chat GPT is unsupervised learning because it create the content that the system never see earlier before out there. It extracted the content, automatically label and define the relationship between them. You don't define, you don't tell that's cat and dog. You just give the data, it's automatically segment them and decide, okay, that's a cat and that's a dog and might be third object as well. If it has 500 object, it could 500 classes, but it do an automatic scale based on how they are similar to each other. So they create groups out there. And there's another advancement or in an advanced segment here for this particular segment that called reinforcement machine learning. This kind of machine learning doesn't use any answer key to the guide. This execute any function, and the lack of training data, that's why the results are sometimes bad, but it's improved over the period of time as well. It just improved over the period of time. So once you basically use them more, it just become more refined, like Google search you have seen out there. So, so different segments. Artificial intelligence is a bigger picture. It's aimed to make an intelligent computer system that can work like human to solve complex problems. Machine learning, ML, allow machine to learn from the data so they can provide accurate outputs. Okay. So machine learning is basically trained upon that one as well. Some of the most popular algorithms that we use in this particular segment, it's regressions, classifications, and clustering. Microsoft and Amazon both provide data scientists environments and machine learning tools where they can build supervised learning and unsupervised learning machine learning models out there. And Netcom have a tons of course in this area. And I really want you, if this field really excites you, we have a tons of offering for you guys as well. And I have a path guide end of the segment, so stay tuned with me. So Data science, it's basically the mothership where we try to do all those tasks out there. So data scientists, one of the tasks that data scientists do is machine learning. Okay, and the machine learning has two different classifications. One is supervised, another one is unsupervised, and both of them is a part of AI. What the product they generate, it's basically AI. So moving forward from here, so these are some examples that I have created to understanding that what machine learning models can do out there. So you can see here, the input is email and the output is a deduction. It's spam or not. So I can give a bunch of sample spam to my model and train that one as well. So when I pass my email, they're trying to find a similarity with the existing data structure of the spam emails that I have teach them earlier and the one that I have it in my input. So, and the output will be giving me yes or no, it's spam or not. If it's spam, it go in spam folder. If not, it's just going into the mailbox. Audio, I provide the audio to machine learning on speech recognition model. It just extract the text out of it. It just gave me the text transcript. Also, translation, I have the input. I pass the input to machine learning model, which I trained on multiple data on of Chinese versus English, and it find and match the words and translate that one as well. Ads, user information. So I can use it for an online advertisement. So I can provide the ad and the user information and predict the will user will click or not. So when you go on a Google, when you go on a Amazon, when you go on a Facebook, your profile information is already there. What you like, what color you like, what kind of products you like, what kind of TV shows you watch, what kind of photographs you like out there. You like to travel, you're an introvert, you're an extrovert. All this information is on social media because you click on things. And it's all been logged. Once this information and the ad itself given to the machine learning model can predict that and very accurately, will you click on that particular ad or not? And by that filtering, they show you the better and more relevant ads. Images and radar information, so understanding the position of cars, so I can tell the radius, that how far the next object in the of my car, and I can also provide them the image. So it's a car, or might be it's a bike or cycle, or might be just a small stone on the road, and then the predictable self-car learning experience can tell that, okay, oh, how far the other car is and how much distance I have to make and what speed I have to maintain. That's how Tesla works. Image of the phone, and I can detect it is a phone is a defective or not. So I train my model within the right phones and also train them on the bad phones. So once I pass that one for the visual inspection, so the model can automatically detect that and give me the output. So always remember that machine learning is all about inputs and outputs. So we provide the input data to get the results in the form of some output, and to get the better results and the better accuracy, we try to do modern advancement in training as well. So we try to train with a larger amount of data. We try to give the feedback by using enforcement learning. We try to train the data or model on a very large data set, so accuracy becomes much more higher. So machine learning help in accurately predicting and classifying outcomes for the new data labels, the things that is not even basically used in machine learning out there, and understanding from patterns as well. Okay. So also this example give you the idea of them. So if we talk about the deep learning, so machine learning is basically it's an advanced method out there. So machine learning, if you talk about the machine learning itself, so machine learning and the deep learning, they work together out there. So first of all, deep learning is machine learning. Okay, it's just an advanced form of machine learning, and in machine learning we define a classification. We tell the machines out there, and deep learning is majorly deal in the area of unstructured or unsupervised learning out there. Okay. Deep learning create neural network, convolutional neural network out there. They create the underlying networks out there by creating networks of neurons out there, like human brain works out there. And these neurons have weights, and as an inputs, the number of inputs decided the weight between the neurons out there. And based on the mathematical formulas, we able to calculate that where the data and how the data have to process out. So Deep learning is again the part of machine learning. Deep learning is machine learning, or deep learning is an AI out there. But every AI is not deep learning. Deep learning can automatically do extraction and classification, but not on the general patterns of classification we do here. Here we build neural networks out there, and these networks are not being defined as we can define number of layers that we want to develop, but it developed based on the of the mechanisms like human brain works out there. That's what we call neural networks as well, that mimic the human brain's neural networks out there. So deep learning is a subset of machine learning. It required a very large amount of data, so it can create a much more larger and bigger neural network or hidden layers. It learned from its own environment and past mistakes, and large training is required for high accuracy. So like for example, now there are few data sets are available, few models are available in the GPT space where it's being trained on 25 petabytes, and they cost almost 16 to 20 million dollars to train one model out there. They make non-linear and the complex correlations out there, and they need a very speed processing. So they normally deal with the GPU processing out there. It can be done over the CPU or a sequential processing as well. The reason why I'm telling you this out there, so you might be have the interest in this particular segment and you want to know, okay, what it is out there. And I don't want to really take you deep dive into these advanced classification examples out there. My purpose is to give you the high level overview that you can understand that where we are and where these all terms are coming from and what will be the best learning path for us as well. So we understand the artificial intelligence is a bigger picture out there, the bigger field, the actual field where everything is happening. Machine learning is one of the type of technique we use to create artificial intelligence. And when we try to make decision based on human style brain mechanisms by using deep learning and creating neural networks out there. What is neural network? Also known, first of all, there's nothing called neural network, that called artificial neural networks out there that simulate human neural networks out there, human brain neural networks out there. And they use a set of algorithms that basically create a relationship between multiple data points out there. So you have technically two separate data points. So you have basically two separate layers, I can say, out there. Let me just explain you through visual graphics. Give me a second. So this is not in my slide. Okay. Okay, I don't know how many of you can see that. Okay. Cool. This is one simple example of a neural network.
Okay, we lost your audio. Just adjust your mic, Usama.
An interlinked relationship between them as well. Think each node as a linear regression model and composed as an input data as weight and a bias threshold and the output. And the formula, if we talk about it, so we basically calculate the base, add the bias with the weight, and find the shortest path close to our data, and we progress further out there. That's one neural network work out there. I definitely don't want to teach you neural network in this classroom, but just try to give you the idea that once we use machine learning, it built these hidden layers and relationship between them. So we can create a more predictive, more better predictions out there. But since these data points are lesser, since these data points are very easier, so to calculate out there, it does not generate very accurate results. That's why in past this neural network does exist, but we never able to use that one in any practical applications out there. Since we're able to give them a very large amount of data, and so now we can basically not only able to generate much more bigger and faster results, but also more better applications. So artificial neural network is an attempt to simulate the network of neurons that make up like a human brains, so that the computer will able to learn things and make decisions like human do out there, based on the same methodology out there, not any more difference out there. And this particular thing is basically introduced by, or we can say, the father of the AI, that called Godfrey Hilton, that was used to be a head of Google AI, and that was his idea of building this neural network kind of things with the statistical formulas, which basically changed the whole world today. And since we're able to process large amount of data out there, so deep learning, the people who work in the space of deep learning, they build different kind of artificial neural networks out there. Artificial neural network is composed of node layers and contain input layer and more than one hidden layer. So it has technically three layers: one input layer as input, where you deposit the initial data. Then you have the multiple hidden layers with the relationships out there that create the output. So, and the relationship between them is based on bias and mathematical calculations. The more the data, the better the predictions are out there. So that's why we have a more power today. That's why we can able to process data much more high latency as well. And if you provide them a lesser data, it's terrible. But when moment you provide them a large amount of data, it becomes very much valuable, and it's very close and high efficiency as well. That's why this particular field is in demand. So artificial neural networks is just a computer way of mimicking or creating a same mechanism like brain do, but with the mathematical calculations. So basically finding the closest path in simpler words out there. So, and so artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Deep learning is all about neural network. Whenever you heard of deep learning, it means somebody doing is neural network programming out there. Somebody is building neural network, artificial neural networks out there. Different kind of neural networks we can build today, and one of them is out there. Hope so. This will give you a quite nice idea where we are standing and where we have to head from this particular point. Moving forward from here. So where's generative AI coming from? Generative AI, it's a segment of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So it's a part of deep learning. It's a result of deep learning. Generative AI, it's a result of deep learning that basically can provide us a much more deep results based on a large amount of data, and we can generate things. So generative AI is a subset of AI that evolve from creating algorithm that can generate new data such as image, text, audio, video, music. The big difference between traditional AI and the generative AI is the formal generative data is based on training data. So it cannot generate anything that system has never seen earlier before. So if I give them a 3 cat images, it will try to just make the cat image out of these 3 images. So that will be very distorted. Now, since we're able to pass a very huge amount of data, this system can process large amount of data as well, and can create things which was almost impossible in past as well. That's why you can see it generating images with the mid-journey. You have seen that now it's basically creating a content that is never been seen earlier before, and personalized in fact. And that's a segment as well that everybody trying to cover up with it at this moment. Everybody wants this piece out there. So generative AI, it's a part of deep learning, and generative AI is a type of technology that out there, and it involves audio, code, text, imaginary, video, semantic data, all that out there. Generative AI has been driven by the simplicity of the new user interface and the high quality text informations that are available, and extracting information for that and building model upon that in a very large amount of data. So generative AI is being using something that called JNNs, or generative adversarial neural network, or transformers. There are 2 different kind of neural networks, or 2 different kind of processes in deep learning you can build to create generative AI. Might you guys have heard of deepfake? It's one of them. Nowadays, you have heard of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a result of transformers out there, which is basically a breakthrough in a large language model, because language is very difficult to predict, very difficult to understand the relationship and the value for the word. And the paper that comes later, earlier stage, that called attention, all we need, it's basically determine and help us to create transformers. And transformers is basically based on the mechanism that can help us to create and predict next next word in the sentence out there. So in a sentence based on the previous words, it can predict that what next word can be, and that is basically what is all about at this moment. So generative AI start within a simple prompt where you provide normally a text-based instruction to the model, and based on the large trained stuff, it generates more detailed stuff out there that can be video, audio, visuals, text, and much more than that as well. So the benefits of AI, if you talk about it, so we believe that AI is a foundational and transformative technology that will provide a huge amount of integration, automation in a society and benefits as well. It helps us to automate processes and even solve a complex problems that we never earlier think for as well. Writing emails to just solving the black hole image that we never have seen or we cannot see out there, be able to create that. Also, if you see, that might be heard of MIT team have put an image for the black hole, that what black hole might be could look alike out there. Never imagined that we can do it, but now through machine learning, we're able to generate that. So AI enable innovation of a new tools, new products, new services, and use billions of people's every day nowadays out there. We're using AI on every single day as well. And companies want these efficiencies to be added in their daily process to improve their performance, not eliminate humans. So there was a question out there, AI going to delete, AI going to eat, AI going to trash down the big job markets for the content creators and many things out there. No, we have to learn how to work with it. Before AI, there was pens that we used to write things on, write essays or create content out there. Then typewriters comes in. Nobody just say that the people who just write the things realistically, they start learning with the typewriters. They can make the things much more better now. After the computers, now same people who use the typewriters, they can create even better content with computers. Now computers helping them to create even the content itself by the simple guide, so they can do way much more than that. As I myself published author of 2 books now, 3 books actually, I able to create 1 book. It took me almost a year or 9 months to create one simple model. Not even one, it's multiple models out there. That's kind of a thing. Take out there. But now with the chat GPT or the models, language models, I can do the same thing in 3 weeks. I can create a better content in 3 weeks, personalized, not or without using what we call plagiarism as well. Okay, so generative AI is helping every businesses, and it's important to understand as well. There are different kind of models out there. We have BART models here. We have Delving models out there. We have Chat GPT models here. So for example, the machine learning models can be used today to understanding by learning the hundreds and thousands of X-ray images to identifying and diagnosis in pneumonia here. So it becomes super useful as well. In Saudi Arabia, we have implemented an AI solution for the problems in the retina for eye detection of their optical problems, and where the doctors was not there. So it's huge, hot, humid desert areas out there where it's very difficult to reach by the doctors, it's very difficult to reach by the medical staff, or the facilities are not there. But the cool thing, we have machine learning. You can just take a photo of your eye with a special camera. It can tell you that, okay, what kind of problem it has out there, and it can do that. What it cannot do, it cannot diagnose that from 10 images. So if you give them 10 images and the medical textbooks, the training model, it will not able to deduct anything, and whatever it deducts is wrong. If you need a high accuracy, you have to give them 10,000 or million images to just make sure that it comes and understand the problem more better. It can find more relationship between data to predict it better as well. This is one simple example out there. And what particular class of AI deal out there? Visuals, computer vision. It's a complete problem of computer vision as well. It's not generative AI. It's a computer vision as well. So that's one example that you can see here as well. So now we're going to talk about we need lots of computer resources and why we and Microsoft portfolio for AI. So before we go for the Microsoft portfolio for AI, and before I talk about that, what are the things that we can learn as a data scientist? So I will going to share some cool things by the end of the session. I'll give you guide and path and the courses for that how you can get started. So anybody who want to start today, they should have to go for AI 900, that called Microsoft Fundamental course. The best part, Netcom offer this course, and the Khan is available freely on MicrosoftLearn.com. But our instructor have the great classes scheduled for you guys out there. We are very expert and understand this thing very deeply, practice those things, build those things by our hands. So I recommend that please explore our AI 900 series. If you're new to the series, if you're new to this industry out there, that introduce you within a practical examples and hands-on labs to understand all the available AI tools and how you can get started as an AI engineer. So I'm going to talk about later on what is AI engineers, what AI engineers need to do, and what thing they can learn, or if you want to become an AI engineer, what you have to learn. Then we talk about the custom AI versus ready-made AI. We talk about machine learning and what courses, what as a netcom we can help you to adopt and become a better data scientist or become a data scientist, data engineers, AI engineers, and what we have in our bucket for you guys out there. So stay tuned with us. We're taking a short break, and after that break we'll continue.
Thanks, Usama. And before we do take that quick 5-minute break, we are going to launch a quick poll that we want to invite you all to participate in, because doing so helps us know how we can better serve you by telling us who might be interested in more information or in taking some additional training. In addition, we have a lot more informative webinars coming up, so please go to netcomlearning.com/webinars in order to register. We'll be back in 5. Thanks, everybody. And Osama will be starting up now after our break is ending in just a few seconds. Thanks, Osama.
We, so please let me know once we are ready for go, ready for rumble.
We're good to go.
Thank you. Welcome back. I hope so. You guys able to vitalize yourself with water, tea, and whatever you want to do. And this is a very exciting journey. And I know that I have scheduled, but that come on, it's too much to learn. First of all, we have talked about and explored different fields of AI, and we're not supposed to be an expert in everyone out there. Master of all, so you know that as well. So you cannot be master of all. So it's better to specialize in one field. That's why the net comes here. And we're going to talk about two fantastic product providers or solution providers in a stake of AI, AWS and our beloved Microsoft. So Microsoft portfolio for AI is really ravishing today's nowadays, and Microsoft heavily invested in AI and has transformed itself as a company. So one of the product that Microsoft offer today is called Microsoft Machine Learning. But mind you have a question, why Microsoft? First of all, Microsoft has the more GPU power, has the more compute power than any other solution provider. Even AWS have the great results, and they have a very competitive resources. But if you go for Microsoft, you get lots of compute power, lots of GPU power that you need to train machine learning models. So, so Microsoft, you can use this all day, and you can use pay-as-you-go model. It provides you data storage and compute platform. That's fantabulous. And if we talk about the 12 of a top 20 supercomputers worldwide use NVIDIA A100 chip out there. That's on a GPU that you saw there. And Microsoft has most of them. So 5 out of 50 ranked supercomputers worldwide is currently running on Azure. The ChatGPT, where it's built, it's built on Azure. That's why we can select Azure. Many organizations adopting Azure as their platform to implying, building, and creating AI. So Microsoft and all computer vendors are providing AI into three different categories. Number one, it's called custom AI. That means that it solves a very specific problem with your own data and your own algorithms. So you can use machine learning technique with your own data to create deep learning models or machine learning model to get your desired outputs. And that might be not available from the available offering from the ready-mades out there. That called custom AI, that is specialized for you out there. For that particular category, data scientists use underlying data and transform that one and make it available for machine learning models, and use a huge compute powers beneath that so they can perform training on that one as well. But it's not that simple. It involves lots of process. It requires data, feature engineering, feature selection, algorithm selections, then tuning of each algorithm or trying multiple algorithms with different data sets, splitting data between training and testing, out there training of validation out there. So we use a data that systems has never been seen, and the data that we trained on it, we pass the data to see the desired outcomes and evaluate the performance and accuracy by different matrices. And once it's ready, we deploy them into the containerized world and use them as an REST web services and infuse them and call them for mobile phone application, for web applications, so it becomes more better user interfaces. It requires complete workflow management as well. So one of the products that Microsoft offer for end-to-end machine learning lifecycle management, it called Azure Machine Learning. What Azure Machine Learning can offer you? Azure Machine Learning will provide you a notebook. Notebook is like a big notebook where the text and compute can work together. So you can write the code, you can test that one, you can visualize that one, you can collaborate on that one as well. And data scientists love that. The one type of a notebook that we all love, it's called Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter notebooks are the very popular out there. And so if you're using a Jupyter notebooks and on Microsoft, so Microsoft is integrated that one out with the machine learning studio. So Microsoft Azure Machine Learning Studio have the collaboration platform for Jupyter notebook. So you can access everything on a browser. You don't need to install any SDK. Everything will be remain on the cloud as well. So you don't need anything that you want to run. It's just there. It's just there. And it works within a Python. It works within a multiple libraries. It has a pre-built libraries installed for you for machine learning, like TensorFlow, Onyx. These are the machine learning libraries that help us to build better machine learning models. Sounds cool. And it also infuse the experiments, so you can directly experiment so many things directly in Azure without using anything else, just using a basic mechanisms out there. And that's my personal favorite. That easily anybody can build their applications in Azure Machine Learning Studio, and it's super easy to use out there. And it has lots of built-in spaces here, and that's basically kind of screen that we can get into it if you have Azure Machine Learning Studio. And Azure Machine Learning Studio have a complete job management. It has lots of cool features, in fact, that one wish for user. I'll try to showcase that one. I don't know, my subscription gets expired for this one as well. So this is Azure Machine Learning Studio example. So Azure Machine Learning Studio allow data scientists to train their models, build their models, and practice and implement a complete Azure-based work environment. So it's a one-stop shop for all the smart data. So you have a feature store, you have a workspace, you have environments, you have components. You can do every single thing from this portal out there. But so machine learning scientists can use that particular data scientists and machine learning developers can use this platform to create new notebooks, run them, collaborate with them, and write code and select their favorite algorithm, and they can do everything in a single plane. So it can integrate with the VS Code, and it have a computer interface, so you can deploy and manage secure environment by using CPU and GPU and supercomputing clusters for training your models out there. So you can use a large compute environment as well, and it comes with full of libraries: scikit-learn, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Kestrel, Onyx, Relay, libraries, Panda. All of them are pre-installed, so you have to do nothing. But the best part, it comes with something that called Azure Automate. It comes something that called Azure Automate, and that automate machine learning. Automate machine learning is something very simple and very easy to use. Literally, even it's not like machine learning, in fact. So you don't need to learn mathematics. You don't need to learn any Python or anything. It's totally drag and drop. It empower everybody to build their favorite machine learning models as well. So automate machine learning, referred as AutoML or ML Auto as well. It's a process of automatically finding best performing model against your data to get out of results out there. So you can just drag and drop and create machine learning model without writing code, or you can provide just your data and system will automatically try all possible machine learning models and algorithms and create and pick the best performing model for you out there. So again, it will not solve all the problem. It is usable in every single scenario. It's very time consuming, but it allows data scientists, analysts, developer to build machine learning model, deploy them with an accuracy, efficiency, and predictability with less effort. However, AutoML is still controversial out there. During the training, it may take multiple timelines as well, multiple types of algorithm to run and waste up some time computer resources. Can we build something like a chat GPT with the AutoML? No. But can we build something to detect between cats and dogs, the clustering predictable models, or just predicting diabetes, predicting salaries, predicting stock prices? Yes, you can. So in a very simple way, what it can do, what it cannot do, that's all them. So that's a very quick picture. So you provide the data, provide the target matrix, that what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to predict, and define time and money, that how much money you want to spend to find the best model. Then the machine will take the data and try different algorithms and features and parameter combination, and it runs series of experiment in order to get the best predictable results out there. And then it shows you, okay, that model works perfectly, it has a more score for you, and then you can deploy that model. But the whole process does not require to be a data engineer or a code. If you're coming from a Power BI, if you're coming from a data analytics platform, you're coming from a data engineering background, that tool is fantabulous. And do Netcom provide training? Of course, video provide trainings out there. But now we talk about the best in class. So this particular segment of the AI, so that was for the custom AI, and that Microsoft has something that called foundational AI layers or a pre-built AI. So for AI engineers and developers, this particular segment is for the developers who can work with the REST API, who can work with a mobile phone application, who can work with a backend application, integration and automation. People can write Java, C#, Python, or nothing. So number one, Microsoft has now OpenAI that you can use all three OpenAI models. So you guys know that OpenAI have a multiple models which basically can generate different kind of text. So some models can generate text, some model can generate code, some model can generate images. So there are tons of stuff available which each model can generate. One more thing, that if you guys don't know about the Jupyter notebook that I have talked about it, there is a link that from Microsoft side that we will share. I will try to put that one um, uh, in the chat box, so later on you guys can explore that one as well. We provide that the link if somebody want to explore real-time example. However, we run the whole course, and we'll more than welcome whenever you want to be a part of it. Moving forward from here, and I was talking about the OpenAI. So OpenAI have a generative pre-trained models. What OpenAI has done, they take a best team, one of the best team, to create a best algorithm to train a very huge amount of model out there, very huge model with a very humongous data that can predict something like ChatGPT can do. And then it gives you an opportunity that you can fine tune those models with your own data. So it will not do mistake, it will not do generalization, not do hallucination, and more than that. And OpenAI will provide you DALL-E 3. DALL-E is basically generate images from a text description. And we have Whisper that can basically model that can convert audio into text. We have ChatGPT models out there. ChatGPT can basically convert the text or predicted text summarization. ChatGPT can do tons of stuff here, and we'll talk about that one in a moment. And all these models are available in Azure. So developers can deploy these models and use a .NET SDK, REST API, to and modern orchestration frameworks for modern AI applications. So they can build the software as well. But OpenAI don't have a speech libraries, don't have a speech search, visions, search, language, and translations. They don't have these features. Translations they have, but not much that. So you can use Microsoft services and AI services to integrate them all together. And all these services are very simple to use, just like a REST API. And you can train these services, you can optimize these services with your own data as well. But it does not require you to train or build the model, understanding algorithms, understanding mathematics and statistics. It's just very high level. What you can build with it, you can build document extraction systems. So you can just extract insights from a document for the search perspective as well, and search as well. And you can take the extraction from those documents and create a predictive text, summarizations, and much more than that. You can create bots which can talk to these documents on a general basis as well, making decisions, working with audio transcripts, generating audio transcripts, creating audio transcripts, transcript form of videos. So all that is possible. Matrix advisors, impulsive readers, all those are APIs that are available. And these are the ready-made product developers can use out there. We at Netcom will provide some courses like AI 900, I think so, AI 300, AI 2, AI 102, AI 102. Out there. In these courses, we completely cover all these courses out there. And if you want to become an AI engineer, want to build an application that can work like ChatGPT or build your own ChatGPT application, you should be signed up for that course, where you learn every single fundamental about this, how to create those things, how to provision those things, how to deploy those services out there from Microsoft perspective, how to integrate that in your application, how to test with labs. And that's a pretty cool space. So Because OpenAI love Microsoft. Microsoft's the biggest investor in out there. OpenAI have three different models are available. One is GPT-3, 4 is available now, GPT Turbo, Codex to GPT generate text, Codex generate coding, so it just optimized for the generate codes, so based on text instructions. So if you use a Copilot from GitHub, it's basically using the same engine behind the scenes as well. And then we have embeddings. So there's another tool that is available that we can basically use for embedding as well. We'll talk about the embedding and other things later on in the stage, where we're going to discuss this thing over the length to the what are things that OpenAI does offer in Microsoft stack, and how you and I can use these stacks here in Azure OpenAI, and we can use that one as well. So that's what we have Microsoft on their space out there. So you can use OpenAI in Azure. If you want to build ChatGPT API in your application, you can create them in Azure. You can train with your own data, and it's available at this moment. So you don't have to wait. So it's a very cool thing. It's a very cool thing that any developer can just get started today creating their apps. And how you can do it, we run a complete OpenAI courses now. As Netcom, we have offered tons of courses now, how to work OpenAI, what tools you need it out there, what frameworks you need out there, how you can customize as well, how you can bring your own data, how can you create a chatbot, how can you call functions, how you can integrate security, all that. It's available in our courses with detailed explanations as well. So we tell them what are the models available at this moment. So we talk about ChatGPT 4, Turbo, embedding CDCs, and all the models that ChatGPT offer today. We also talk about the fine tuning. So you can currently, you know how many models ChatGPT have? Might be never heard of it as well. So currently ChatGPT have many models: Dell, embedding, Turbo, ChatGPT 4. These are the models that are available today. And there are lots of legacy models that is being retired, and people are still using that one. And we guide them, okay, when to use and when not to use out there. So for suppose if you want to use a ChatGPT, there's a model that called Text DaVinci. Okay, should we use Text DaVinci? Can we optimize Text DaVinci? No. If you want to optimize or you want to use a fine tuning, you will be needing DaVinci Ada. So you have to use a model named DaVinci Ada, and DaVinci Ada or Babbage, Kruning, Crushman, DaVinci, these models are currently available for the customer for the fine tunings as well. So some of the customers that can basically use these models to basically fine tune as well. Some of the models you cannot fine tune. Okay, we guide them which model is suited best for the solving your problem out there, how you can bring your data and optimize that, and all that we offer them in our courses. What OpenAI can do, OpenAI can provide you our generalization task with the natural languages, including processing, creating tasks, creating emails, creating essays out there, creating summarization. It can let you talk to your documents as well. Text completions. It can do a search. So embedding, if you go for the embedding series out there, so embedding can do a classification, search, and text comparisons as well. So I can really do a embedding and extract all those things and put them in a vector database. And when I search, even thing that I don't search is close to the word or it's the same meaning or synonyms out there of my sentence, not words, sentence, it basically return that. Show my sweetheart photos. If I search that, what thing I should be seeing out there? I'm expecting to be seeing my wife's image. Okay, if someone else's image comes, you know what's going to happen with me. So you don't want that, right? But if it search, it's going to search, normal search engine will search 3 different words separately. Instead of that, it should search something that you're asking for. Embedding can help you to achieve that. That's a difference of a semantic search versus normal search out there. It can help you to basically generate images as well and modifying those images. and Azure will provide you content filtering capabilities. And it's not new to Microsoft. Microsoft has statically started investing in OpenAI from 2019, and today they are one of the biggest consumer and the biggest sponsor for OpenAI. And the power of apps on large scale with Azure, it's really great. Why we want to use Azure? Responsible AI. They have created the mechanisms and fundamental principles and guidelines that you can train a best model within ethics inbuilt. It's more compliant than any other solution. So you should learn Azure if you want to work with an AI, or AWS as well. But the Azure is becoming really lead in this particular area. Examples, what AI can do in Azure with an OpenAI. You can create Q&A bots with an existing knowledge. If knowledge can be in documents, knowledge can be in database out there, grammar corrections out there, creating a summarization for second grade, so it can just summarize and translate as well. Text commands, so you can just provide any text. It can convert that into programmatical code, or it can generate some command that can run on a computer. Text to other languages. Stripping APIs as well. So you can create the stripping API code from a natural language, or creating T-SQL by using natural language. I can say, give me 100 rows from my customer table, and it will write automatically the query for me as well. It can parse unstructured data. It can do a classification and categorization of my data as well. An item, it gives me a summarization of my data on a very accurate and very large manner. So that's what Microsoft, if you talk about it, so Microsoft has a basically, if we summarize here, so one is a custom that you can build your own AI. Okay. Second is the ready-made AI services in a world of OpenAI is available that you can integrate with other services. And there are ready-made solutions like knowledge mining is also available. You can learn two different paths here. Either you can learn from Microsoft machine learning path, where we trained in a day 100 DP100, yes, DP100, that called data science associate courses, and we have custom courses for sure, where we train how you can use Azure machine learning workspace for fine-tuning models, deploying models, creating models, and how you can get started with an auto ML. And these are the things for the custom AI. Then we have the pre-built AI and the automated AI for developers. We also have courses and the specific areas for the business users. So Power Platform, and how anybody can use or build machine learning models or solve a complex and basic problems both together in Microsoft Platform by using Power Automate and AI agents that call Power agents out there, Power AI agents out there, Power AI builders. AI Builder is a part of Power Automate. It's a part of Microsoft Power Platform, where you can train your data by providing your list of images and data sets from your own computer or from your cloud sources, and it can automatically train and integrate with your services like Power BI and Power Flow as well. And it does not require any coding background. So you can be from business, from finance, from healthcare to use those services as well. So we offer three different kind of trainings. First, we offer for sure the services out there for custom AIs, so for Microsoft. Second is for AI for everyone. And the third one is for developers, where they can use a pre-built AI to integrate, embed in your application to make them more intelligent with OpenAI, with ChatGPT, with LangChain, and much more than that. Same fashion, same pattern. AWS is also working. So AWS is also providing a ready-made services. So as you'll be providing the Amazon recognition that can help you to form recognition, text extraction from vision services. So you can extract information from OCR, from images or videos and audios to find and more details from those services as well. Speech, text, these all services are optimizable. They can talk to your data. These all services are also available. They're given SDKs. These all services can talk to each other and integrate with the storage solutions in AWS like S3 buckets and others. These are pre-built APIs. That is a pre-trained, pre-built APIs available for AI services in AWS. So you can use a comprehend for translations, text extractor, Kendra, lengths, all those things are basically available as. So Kendra is basically helping you to creating a semantic search by using AI. You can give the document, it can extract the information and give you more semantic search. Chatbot, so Microsoft has a bot framework. So same fashion, you can also have a bot framework available called Lex. Lex can allow you to create a chatbot that can help you to have a human-like conversation and pass commands and action against that one as well. So there are a bunch of courses for the AI we have offered into this AI engineering series. So AI engineering in terms of cloud is very simple. It means using a pre-built product and optimize them slightly further without doing machine learning or machine learning data science, just performing bare very barely touching the actual algorithm, just optimizing with the giving them data and integrate those APIs and deploy them in their applications by using SDK or APIs. Then there's ML services, machine learning services. So Microsoft have a SageMaker. SageMaker is absolutely similar product what Microsoft has, what we call Azure Machine Learning Workspace. So it provide a workspace, so ML workspace. It have a data labeling, so you can label the data. Same thing you can do in AWS and Microsoft as well. It has a Studio IDE, which can help you to run notebooks, selecting algorithms, perform the tunings, and autopilot is automate AI, which means you can give the data, it can automatically select the model, and it can give you the best performing model that you can deploy and use them in your applications, provided monitoring. So it has almost very similar feature set, but this tool is more popular on modern day platforms out there as compared to Azure. And definitely we offer tons of course in this area. So we have the course for stage makers, so ML experts out there. So if you're ML expert, if you're a machine learning expert, or if you're from data science background, or you want to enhance your cloud skills, highly recommend to explore AWS and Microsoft Azure, both their services out there. So you should be exploring Microsoft Workspace, that call them ML Workspace, and this one that called SageMaker. Both tools are very similar to each other. They've been used widely in industry, and understanding this product enhance not only your CV, your capability to work with the production ready environments or production ready models out there. Then also provide tons of infrastructure, PyTorch integration. So you can use PyTorch, you can use Next, you can use TensorFlow, you can use Onyx, you can use tons of these libraries in their given studios, and you can deploy them on their computer sources. And you can use GPU for machine learning by using virtual machines. And you have several of other segments available here for infrastructure perspective. If you want to build your custom training models, so you can use Microsoft and AWS both together and or separately as well to create a compute layer where your models can be trained with your given fine tunes. So that's the capabilities that AWS has offered. And you can see the pattern here. So one, that you built the infrastructure for your custom AI. Microsoft and AWS both provide virtual machines for that, and different kind of products and computer source beneath that for supercomputing. One, they provide you the environment so you can build your own AI machine learning by using mathematics, machine learning libraries, TensorFlow kind of things for deep learning, machine learning, supervised, unsupervised learning. You will create your machine learning models here and deploy them so they can be treated as AI. And they have a pre-built AI solutions. So they have created these models and deployed for you for different purposes that AI engineers can use to create their own applications, right? And ChatGPT is one of them. That's basically breaking all of those barriers. So on this point that I'm going to talk about here, there are 4 different parts that I'm going to talk about here. Data science part, ML Oops part, and AI engineers part, and prompt engineering. So prompt engineering, I'll start with the prompt engineering. So prompt engineering is very popular. Prompt engineering for whom? Prompt engineering for data scientists. Prompt engineering can be for AI engineers, developers, or business users who want to use these new modern GPT models. Generative AI models out there. Models like ChatGPT, ChatGPT-3, ChatGPT-4, OpenAI models, Lambda, Llama, BART. These models basically take instructions and create chat out. So you provide them an input and create an output out there. But in the input, you can provide them a more illustrated and more organized example and summarization, what kind of object, what kind of output you want to create out there. Because there's no more tuning on this out. There's only one text box. There's a one input that you can pass. And this input, you have to write the script. You have to tell that what you want to generate out there. These models are extremely powerful in their behaviors out there, and they are very sensitive to the prompt. The input that you add, the information you give to the model, what they want to generate or what you want to generate, it's called prompt. Okay. So prompt is the one of them. I'll go back to the prompt engineering as well. So the prompt engineering, if we talk about it in a very easiest way, so prompt engineering is providing a tailor-made, more refined instruction to chat GPT or large transformer models or large generative models, so they can generate better results as well. Text prompts, that how the user interact with ChatGPT models. As with all generative large language models that called GPT models, attempt to produce a next text or next word in the series out there, what most likely to be the next one out there. And the giving initial stage or giving the initial prompt will help them to create a completion out there. So there's something called completion, that is basically output, and the prompt as well. If we are saying that what is the first thing that comes to your mind when I say prompt? So the example, if I have demonstrate you out there, for example, I can say the prompt can be for score and 7 years ago. So 4 scores and 7 years ago. So might be the completion will be the father brought a fourth of the containers, and then whatever the text will basically generate after. That's a completion. Call me uh, Georgia. So that's my prompt. And then completion will be that the result, the response of the system as well. And how better you give them the instruction, the better it is. So in a prompt engineering, there's a different components of a prompt out there. So prompt completions and the prompt text out there, prompt instructions as well. So you can provide a sample instruction that what result that you want, what kind of structure of result you want when you pass this information to the models out there. So that course, so if you want to if you have an interest in using ChatGPT models, using ChatGPT in instructional models out there, that how you can provide a more clear instruction to these models to get more better overview, you can get the more better details out there. So I highly recommend that you must explore a prompt engineering courses that we offer here, or explore prompt engineering. Prompt engineering, also known as prompt design, is an emerging field that requires a creativity, attention to details as well. It involves selecting right word, phrases, and symbols and formats to guide the large language model to generate high quality, relevant results or text. For example, I can just simply say this to ChatGPT model: please give me the history of humans. Or it's going to write me the whole essay out there. But what if I want a short summary? So I can, rather than say that please give me the history of humans, I can add few more details. I can just say here in three sentences, and it's become more clear. Now ChatGPT will summarize the answer in the more simple simplification as well. And that's what we offering here for the generative means the models out there. So understanding LLM models, large language models and AI models, that what are the instruction and how you have to give them, domain knowledge, feedback and interaction, and stay updated out there, that how these models change and how you have to evolve your systems out there. Why you have to work with it, why you have to learn these things, why you have to perform these tasks? Many reasons. Number one, that first of all, ChatGPT models are becoming so popular, and it's coming to every single application of Microsoft. So Microsoft is also building something called copilots. If you want to build your own copilot, or you want to use the existing copilots that will be introduced in different applications, you have to learn how you can pass them a better information. For developers, they have to understand that how they can create or they can work with these prompts, and how user will interact with these models, and how they can call functions, how they can perform actions in this one as well. And that's what engineering skills out there. So the tips, tricks, and there are lots of guidelines available, samples available that we cover our prompt engineering courses. So it's for everyone. AI path. So if first we go for the machine learning path here. So if you want to become a data science path here, so first of all, Azure Machine Learning Workspace and AWS SageMakers, Kubernetes, and working with data engineering courses are very valuable for you out there. You should be working with the data, understanding different kind of data stores and how data process stores like Spark tools and many others. Workspaces like Databricks or Synapse, understanding that one as well, how to do a transformation of this data, and using our data classification technique as well, understanding data cleansing technique as well, understanding feature engineering techniques, that how you can pick and use the proper features as well, not providing them misleading data. it is important for data scientists to understand probability, statistics, mathematics. So it's mathematics, you should be understanding calculus, integrals, derivatives, and linear algebra. These are the basic foundations. You should have to work on these. There are tons of free course outlines available here. VNetCom also provide many of these stuff ever, and you have to work on it. One of the library, one of the language you have to pick to build these models, it's very important. So you should be exploring Python, understanding data preparations. And so there are two more courses available from Amazon and Microsoft and Netcom that offer both of them, that called fundamental machine learnings. In a fundamental machine learning, you learn all these stuff in a single picture in a 3 to 4 days of period of time out there. However, mathematics and calculus, it need to be covered separately, and it's got kind of prerequisites, but I think so we have some other courses will come up with it as well for introductory basis. For deep learning specialization, you have to understand the type of neural network and how you build them, and how to work with a hyperparameterization tuning, regularization, optimization, convolutional neural networks, GNNs, and what's the difference between them, how you can build them, how you can use a TensorFlow or PyTorch libraries to create these neural network, how you can optimize that one, how you can pick the right algorithms, and how they work beneath that. So the first phase in the data science, you learn how to preparing a data, how to make data available for the model. Second, you use a programmatical language in Jupyter Notebook or an IDE to start writing code by using one of the library to pick the right algorithm and pick the right neural network or pick the right models out there and create this model and pass the data for the training out there. You train and test that model until unless you receive or you get the workable models out there that is close to what you're trying to achieve after providing a large amount of data. Once you get this model, you deploy that model into the model management because the cycles keep repeating again. And once this model is deployed, it deployed as a container, and then use this container image to create a multiple instance and create a microservice with it, and use this microservice in an application for integration and actual performance in production out there, and keep repeating this cycle to improving furthermore. So that's the one path for the data scientists. These are the things that data scientists have to cover. You need to know Python, you need to know machine learning libraries. When I say machine learning foundation, you should be understanding the Python, you understand the PyTorch, you understand the machine learning libraries, you understand the neural networks, you understand deep learning, and all that. So we cannot cover here understanding the measures and optimizational performance matrices. What is AUC, accuracy under curve, what is ROC, and how we evaluate them as well once we train this model. So if we go for very core, they're very difficult. That's why we try to recommend you to go within Azure courses or AWS courses, where these particular mathematical formulas or these concepts not being taught in a very high level. So not in very deep level, it's in a high level. So you can see the practical example and the production ready implementations. However, to understand it better, you can go deep dive on a low level courses where you can take a look in for some fundamentals. And Microsoft Machine Learning is basically also for Netcom Machine Learning fundamentals, cover all that stuff as well with an AWS as well. For the building teams, so building a AI team is everyone's dream nowadays as well. So building an AI team, one that need a custom AI. So they want to build their own ChatGPT model LLMs. They need to use this particular segment. So two people. So there are two different kind of audience in data science. One who built machine learning models, they need this, and the people who have to deploy and maintain this model. So there are people who make sure this particular cycle run perfectly fine, so they can train here. So data scientist job is finished on this point. And till this point is a task of that we call ML oops. It's an ML oops task that we have performed here. So if you are the one who basically coming from a DevOps background, or you want to find some other place here, or from infrastructure background, you can find that how these models are test trained in these tool works like SageMaker, Kubernetes, Azure Storage, and data machine learning. So machine learning scientists or data scientists can build their models with their expertise, and then you can use these models to deploy, track, maintain, and manage them as well on a cycle basis. So you should also learn our similar skills, but you have to emphasize more on the tool. You have to practice more the tool and more understanding and integration between them for monitoring perspective. Recommendations, so you should be exploring Azure 900, Azure 104, and Azure DP100. And AWS, they are ML series and AI series that can prepare you to learn those tools and ready for the market. So when you go for the market, these tools and these certifications can not only give you a confidence, but proof of concept or proof of approval that you are competent enough to basically perform these tasks in production. For AI engineers, if today somebody want to build a team for the AI engineers, Microsoft with Azure. So Azure offers something called cognitive services and Azure AI services. Both are REST-based and SDK-based services out there. You have to understand how data integration works between them and how you can fine-tune these services and call them in applications with the best practices and frameworks out there. How you can integrating a filtering, content modernization, security, and app integration and identity. So you should have to understand the text and Lewis task as well. And there are a variety of things that you can use and build today. So impulsive reader, video recognizer, video indexer, form recognizer. This is basically called now the documents, intelligent documents. It's been renamed. And Azure bot services, matrix advisors. These all are API-driven AI tools. On top of this, you have image, optical character recognition, speech, and OpenAI tools. OpenAI is a very different tool. So we do offer a tons of courses that can help you to build your solution with OpenAI. So if you want, you should understand one of the languages, React, Java, Python. So you can use the SDK from Azure, understanding how data platform work in Azure. So highly recommend AZ 204. AZ204 for developers. AZ204, you must do it, or you get a time and for enhanced knowledge, DP100, DP900. Please explore DP900 and AI 900 or AI 120. My team will give you all these courses and those examples in your emails or in your notifications, and we offer all of them. These courses cover enough content and practical experience to give you enough skills that you can become an AI engineer. AI engineers not supposed today to build machine learning models. They use machine learning models to create applications. So we help our application developers to build next generation applications like autopilot, like ChatGPT. So I recommend that the people whom seeing their career advancing in an area of ChatGPT, they want to fine tunes out there. So they have to understand what is LLMs, large language models, understanding the open source large language models like Llama, like the Falcon, like there are tons of them out there. There are literally tons of them out there. If you want to see the list of them, just go on a Hugging Face. HuggingFace.com has a list of all high-performing models out there. Hugging Face models out there. So Hugging Face is the complete online fast-paced option that hosts all open source models and provide you details on how you can consume them in your API. So you have to understand what's the difference between the Llama and OpenAI, why OpenAI is superior, because it's based on how much data they use to train. And we calculate that data and based on number of inputs they've been trained out there. And we're talking about here billions. Not one, not two, not three, not four. We're talking about here billions of data points out there. So it depends that LLMs modules, if you talk about based on size, that how they've been trained out and how much their accuracy is. So currently, the ChatGPT has the biggest and most powerful module available at this moment, because ChatGPT model is being used or is being trained on a very large scale. How much large? Let me show you one example. This is basically the list of a slide from our course here, and ChatGPT 4 is being used or is being trained on 1 trillion data points. Imagine 1 trillion data points with the probability. What kind of neural network created behind the scenes? That's why it has so much data, so much predictability, so much understanding of underlying words and relationship between them. So it can predict, it can create enough poems, it can create exactly the text that what we needed. So, or create photos what we want. So ChatGPT 3 using 75, and you can see there are the other models out there. The BART, that's a Google one, that used 345 million data points out there. And it still is evolving. It still is keep evolving out there, and it is not the latest one as well. There are a few models even that using a large amount of data as well and achieving more high accuracy. So you need to learn those models. Type of generative AI models. What type of generative AI models have? So generative AI, if you talk about it, and the generative AI types and what type of models are available and how you can use it. And remember, these models are a pre-trained models. These are called foundational models that have been trained on a huge amount of data that you use to create your applications, large languages, Copilot, computer vision, and others. Majorly, we are talking about here. Majorly at this moment, we are working in this area. These areas are still exploratively, and there's not much big breakthrough that happen on that particular segment. So, so if you talk about type of Gen AI models and types of models that are available, how you can use it, understanding of open source versus uh, closed source out there, how you can deploy these models on the cloud. So you have to learn how you can pick the model and you can deploy, either as an OpenAI model, or it's from a Facebook Llama, or it's from Falcon, which model you can use for it out there. What kind of products you can create. It's understanding prompt and completion model, understanding how the prompt and completion work. So you better you understand, better you perform out there. You can create an application, you can set instructions as well. Understanding the prompt engineering and applying prompt engineering with ChatGPT, bringing your own data and tuning your data with the OpenAI in a private instance to creating a private GPT applications and integrate them in your applications, using modern language framework and orchestration engines like LangChain and semantic kernel to create your own copilots, creating your ChatGPT application with models, embedding that one in your own plugins. So these are things that you must have to work and must have to learn if you want to become a prompt engineer, if also if you want to become an AI engineer. These are the tools that you have must in place. That's why. So what we can do here, we can do a text summarization here. We can basically do text classification, text translation, text generation, image generation, code generation, all sort of things we can do it here. But how how we can do it? We can just do it once we able to learn this thing out there. And we want to make sure that these AI plugins or these AI things can work together as well. These functions can call each other as well. So these modern frameworks like LangChain and semantic kernel help us to call different models in a same application and help us to create better applications. These particular systems help us to create better applications. Even Microsoft itself use semantic kernel, this particular tool, and in order to create ChatGPT kind of thing, like they have done with the Bing. So, so that's basically simple architecture out there. So you can use this AI plugins. So ChatGPT, Copilot, Bing, and you can integrate all of them through semantic kernel or LangChain to create your own application which have intelligence, which can understand text and do lots of automation and summarization as well. With the coding practical examples that you have to learn as well. You have to understand function chaining as well, the chaining functions as well. You have to understand the planner concept as well, understand different terminologies between these services, calling different models between these services. So these are the important things that AI engineers or generative AI engineers need to know. That's a quick summary. You will not get that one on internet. Believe me, this is one of the finest thing that you will get it here. Save my slides. It's going to save you tons of time as well. And I want you to understand that one as well. So creating a power prompt is your first step. Second, understanding models, and you go and in the end, understanding a semantic kernel, understanding the LangChain framework to build your own application with your own data, either in Python or either in C#, or it can be Java as well. So Microsoft, we have another tool available, the Azure OpenAI. You can use Azure OpenAI, and Azure OpenAI is available. So first of all, you will not can access OpenAI directly. You have to apply Azure OpenAI on this link, and Microsoft approve your instance. Then you can create and test these products and create your own models. You can create any models and deploy that one and practice them into Microsoft Playground for the prompt engineering, that how the prompt will work. You can also bring your own data. You can bring on data and optimize and see that how your prompts are getting better results, or how you improving your prompts to getting better results with the data as well. This is one example of the prompt engineering that you can see here. And so you can see here that TL colon DR things going on here. TL colon DR. It is text too long to read. That's basically text too long to read is one of the primary concept here. and that you have to basically understand that how you pass this information. And once you get this information in place, then it becomes quite easier for the system to recognize and then provide you the results upon it. So you can just pass this information as well. So I can just provide this information, so it's too long to read out this text out there, and then it will basically add the information here. So it add the time complexity of and everything in it as well. So it's important to understand that how you pass these small instructions, and these instructions in the prompt is basically give over. So this one is basically my instruction that I'm passing here, and it just my information, and then I can ask them to generate, and that's the text it's basically generated. So what I'm saying here, that I pass this prompt. That's my prompt. That's the whole first all paragraph is the prompt. Okay, and I gave the instruction that this particular text is too large to read. This particular text is too large to read, and based on my this given instruction, it summarized the text. Okay, as a prompt engineer, as an AI application engineer, you have to add this token into your applications, so it can summarize automatically when you want summarization as well. So there are different techniques that you have to apply in a prompt engineering, and you can play that one in our courses as well. You will learn about all three different models, GPT, Codex, and Dell, that you can use today, and what are the differences between them, how you can fine tune that one as well, how you can call them in your applications as well. So GPT 3 and 4 is a model that generate language, the content, the code, anything out. Codex generate the code. If you are coming from an application development background, you want to train a machine learning model or foundational model or AI model to generate code for your application, for your organization or specific problem, you can use the Codex model. Microsoft used that one for Copilot for GitHub or for Virtual Studio. Embedding is help you to set the understanding the use of embeddable. Embedding is a special format of a data representation that is the utility for the machine learning and algorithms out there. Embedding is an information of a dense representation of a semantic meanings. So it basically extract the text and create a semantic space for in a vector space, in a vector database, where every word have the meaning and the close relationship with them as well. And based on that, it can generate more better text, and it can provide you more better search. So in embedding can do tons of stuff. In embedding, you can literally do so many things today when you're talking about it. And we'll talk about it in our courses, that how you can use embedding, how you can deploy embedding models out there, and what's the difference between embedding models and general models out there. So that's the thing that we basically offer in our courses. That's the thing that we basically try to tell them, that how you can improve the capability of communication with the large language models as well, and how you can build your own language models as well, how you can perform indexing as well. So and we have a complete course outlines and elaboration for developers, where they can learn the architectural basis examples. Look at there. So how we convert that and document into text, put them into Dataverse, and search them, and then use an extraction of search as well. That's what we were doing in past, but now we are integrating that one with the ChatGPT. Now we are just putting this information with the ChatGPT and using a ChatGPT or a semantic layer, embedding layer, to basically find a more semantic meanings as well. And we have a complete lab-based classes here. So if you want to become AI developers, if you want to become AI engineers, you must understand how you can do a clear prompt, how you can identify the prompt components, how you can build those prompt components, how you can pass these instructions, and different kind of shortcuts, different kind of attentions that you can provide out there, what numbers you can work with it, and what are things that you cannot do with ChatGPT. Once you understand this particular complexity and how this UX of the ChatGPT works, and understanding system message versus your prompts, then you have to go for advanced skills as well. So we have an introduction for prompt engineering and advanced technique courses you should be exploring if you are someone just want to use ChatGPT, or somebody who want to build applications, or somebody who want to train models as well. Another important subject is embedding, as I have said earlier, that you should have to learn all these chat GPT models, what difference between them, and how these models can help you to create your own application, how you can add memory to it, how the embedding work, how vector database works. And these are the essence for that. Embeddings are the vector or the arrays of the numbers that represent meaning and the context for the word that process in the model. And it has a complete large database of these meanings and relationship between words, so it can predict faster and easier. So it can say it's a caching for ChatGPT, so it can perform faster and much more less expensive. What it can be used for text classifications. So for example, embedding can help you to create a model to classify text for positive or negative, spam or not spam, opinion or news, for example. Summarization, translation, generation, image generation, code generation, in all segment, this particular model can help you out with. So this is the graphical illustration for how the GPT models work, large model models. You provide them a set of examples, task description, and that how sequence this input model is, how sequence is, and how detailed and how well crafted the input for the prompt is a better the output. The completion is the detail, and the large language model understand the completion context. What it respond you, it has is in memory, so you can still ask them to refine upon that one as well. So you provide the prompt like a person is writing in a easy or in an essay out there, and the AI model can take the prompt and continue writing based on the text in the prompt. And the next text that the model will provide the output as an or the complete essay is basically called completion. One example. So that's basically, if you can see here, that in the ChatGPT model, what I have done, if you can see here, that I have write the prompt. The prompt is write a function that can add two numbers and return the results. Okay. And you can see here, that's a prompt I have right. It's a real time. It's basically, this is a real example that I tried to address here, and it generated the code. Understanding the prompt completion and tokens. So I say that load iris data from scikit-learn database, is scikit-learn is a machine learning libraries, and plot the training data. It write the whole code for me. Okay, it just use this instructional. If I want some instructions, I can provide some instructions as well. So how the prompt works, the prompt is a whole context. It provide a high level definition, context, examples, and it have a session buffer. So once you provide the information it complete, it has this information in context. It has this information available, so you can keep pile upon that one as well. User input is a k means here as well. So k means a k is an k mean here we're talking about here. So it just keep completing upon that. So calling API, if you want to learn how those developers can create and call these services through programming, it's very simple, but it's very complex at the same time. Simplicity is the problem here, and we teach in the classrooms as well that you can use that one as well. Some example that this prompt has been created. It's the Codex model is being used by Microsoft Copilot service, and this one is also being used by generative AI in Power BI. So Power BI used today for generative model for creating text out there. So you can create text by using natural language. So if you go today in a Power BI, you can directly create a solution where you can generate a complete Power BI query just writing simple text. So I can say, give me the sum of last year portfolio. So it can go and find automatically the query for you based on your data and create a complete measure for you. And all that, it's done automatically for you. This is one example, the use case that you have seen. Playground, it's also the same thing. That is allow you to test things as well. And we provide this playground in our trainings as well. I hope so you enjoy this particular detailed masterclass from the AI to Gen AI. I try to tell you that what happened in each stage, what technology is being used, how you can train yourself, what courses you can attend, what guide and particular path you have to follow. I know it's a lot of information to process, but we try to cover very big topic, try to answer very big question. And if you want any precise information, feel free to reach our teams, and we will be more than happy to answer all of your questions out there. So I'm all yours. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Osama, for that most informative webinar. And before we get to all of your great questions, everybody out there, I do want to hand the webinar over to Sagnik, who is our product marketing manager. And he's going to let you know about all of our amazing promotions and event related courses. So, Sagnik, you are ready to go with your presentation.
Thank you, Tracy, and thank you, Sama, for that wonderful session today. I believe everyone must have been thrilled to explore the world of AI. And on that note, I bring some more good news and some exciting stuff and resources that all of our participants today can enjoy to kickstart their skilling journey on AI. So I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Great. So on my screen, you'd be looking at a landing page that has been created for all the participants today, the link to which should be available on your chat window. And I want all of our participants to quickly just open this link up. We are going to do a quick exercise that is going to give you free access to the Microsoft official courseware on AI 900, which is Microsoft Azure AI Fundamentals, along with exclusive access to digital achievement trophies and badges from Microsoft to celebrate your learning accomplishments. So this is a great opportunity. As we kept hearing from our instructor, AI 900 is the go-to recommended course if you are looking to upskill yourself on Microsoft AI solutions. So I just have a quick second here, and I'd request everyone, please open the page on your from the chat window and confirm in the chat with LP. Just quickly open the link and send an LP in the chat, and then we'll quickly cover the steps. It's a very simple process that we're going to quickly go over. Okay, I hope everyone has found the link. Okay, so we can get started with the redemption, right? So the first and the foremost thing is, you can see on the landing page itself, you have a thank you messaging from us. Thank you for joining this insightful session. And right after that, you'd find this particular section that says start your Azure AI skilling journey for free. So we are providing a package as promised, AI 900 courseware and digital achievement trophies and badges. All you need to do is follow 3 simple steps. And the steps are going to vary based on whether you have an active Microsoft Learn account or not. So the redemption is going to happen on Microsoft Learn. You have a unique code that you can see on your screen. You don't have to fill anything in. You just have to simply click on this button over here. Once you click on redeem your AI 900 courseware and badges option over here on the landing page, you'd be redirected to Microsoft Learn. And if you already have a Microsoft Learn account or a Microsoft account and you're already signed in, you'd be straight away going to step 2, which we are going to cover very soon. In case you have a Microsoft account and you have logged in terms of on your browser or on a different tab, you'd be getting an option to pick an account. You can choose either your corporate account or your personal Microsoft Outlook account. You can choose either one. I would continue with my personal account. I selected that, and then it is going to load. And within a few seconds, I'm going to see this prompt, redeem your code. The redemption code is already pre-filled, which is going to match the code that you see on the previous landing page. And all you need to do over here is just click on this redeem button. In case you are not having an existing account, right? So you also have the option to create one account over here. So on the previous screen where I was prompted to select an account, if I hadn't been signed in, it would have been asking me to sign into my account. I could do that with my Microsoft account. If you don't have a Microsoft account at all, you can always click on the create one option, follow the instructions, set up your profile, and then once again, you can come back to this page and click on the redeem button over here or on the get started button over here. And then voila, you would have your courses activated and mapped on your Microsoft Learn profile. That's all you need to do sign in using the buttons over here, click on the redeem button with the pre-filled code that is there, and then you'd have your training modules added to your Microsoft Learn profile. You can switch to the trainings tab on your Microsoft Learn profile dashboard, and you'd find all the modules that are part of the AI 900 official courseware included there. But it doesn't end that there, right? You would also get badges, digital trophies and badges from Microsoft that you can share on your LinkedIn. Don't forget to tag Netcom Learning and Microsoft on all your posts for maximum visibility and reach. With that, I'd like to now quickly take another moment to quickly go over the event handout that we have prepared for everyone. So this is a file that is available on the map to resources section. Please make sure to download these collaterals. We have all the courses and everything related to skilling covered here. So just a quick word about us. In the handout, you'd find we are the two-time winners of Microsoft Partner of the Year, Learning Partner of the Year Award, which is a recognition, which is the top recognition from Microsoft. We have been getting this title back to back. Last year for worldwide learning. This year we are the US Partner of the Year for the US market. 2 times in a row we have gotten this title. And we are also a Microsoft Cloud Training Services partner, right? What that means is we have recognized competencies from Microsoft validated across all the 6 solution areas, right? So you have, of course, data and AI, infrastructure, digital and app innovation, business app security, modern work. We are the go-to training partner for all of these skilling requirements. On the AWS front, we are also an AWS advanced tier training partner. So that these are the highest level competencies across these 2 vendors, Microsoft and AWS, and that kind of validates what we bring to the table and how we can help you in your skilling journey. We have been in the business for more than 25 years, having successfully served over 80% of the Fortune 1000 companies, 100 plus US military bases, 36,000 plus unique enterprises are part of our clientele. We have successfully trained over 1 million professionals, and we enjoy a 96% recommendation rate from our customers. And all our trainings are delivered by a portfolio of 3,200 plus top rated certified instructors. And our competencies don't end there. We are also an authorized training partner for all the industry leaders across Cisco, CompTIA, PMI, Axelos, Easy Council, Adobe, Autodesk, Red Hat, and more. So whatever be your skilling need, we are your one-stop solution for all your skilling requirements. As part of the handout, today's session was being recorded. So if you want to revisit the concepts, feel free to go through the recording mapped here in this section of the handout PDF. Also, the first step that we covered, right, redeeming your AI 900 courseware and badges. If you lose the link, you'd always find the link mapped here on your event handout. So please feel free to use this link here to go back to that landing page and complete the steps in case you didn't get the time to do as of now. Also, all the participants today have been given access to Netcom 365 student portal. This is our in-house, highly scalable, user-friendly learning platform specifically designed for tech education, right? It allows you to go through all the resources that we have. There are free webinars, masterclasses, assessments, learning resources, along with paid solutions from the top vendors, everything available in one place. So this is your go-to place for supporting all your skilling needs. We highly recommend you go ahead, access your Netcom 365 portal and access and activate your account. Now let's quickly take a look at some of the offers that we have running across Microsoft and AWS that can help you save big and get you started on your skilling journey. So first off, we have Microsoft Quick Start program. If you have a team or you're an organization looking to upskill, dive deeper into building your AI proficiencies, right, or any other proficiency across the entire Microsoft portfolio, be it security, Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, Power Platform, and of course Azure, Quick Start program is the ideal choice for you. It allows you to get exclusive enterprise discounts. That is $300 per day per learner flat pricing if you have more than 15 learners to train. And if you have a team of 14 or less learners, your flight pricing, the discounted pricing is $400 per learner per day, right? So that kind of really saves a lot of training budget. So it allows you to take additional training or train a bigger team on the same budget. And we have our competencies across all the industry verticals: banking and financial services, healthcare, federal government, state and local government, education, energy, manufacturing, and all the rest of the verticals, as you can see on the screen. Also, we have a limited time offer on Microsoft Value of Certification. That is basically a 10% flat discount on all certification exam vouchers. The offer is valid till September 30th. So if you are looking to get Microsoft certified, add that credibility to your career profile and unlock all the benefits, because certifications are directly industry aligned to specific job roles and demonstrate real world skills required to solve real business challenges. So you get the seal of approval about your skills and capabilities from Microsoft, and it actually goes a long way in enhancing your career prospects. So we highly recommend it. So in case you are considering deep diving into the skilling journey, getting certified is the go-to step. So you can take advantage of this offer and get yourself certified. On the AWS front, we have an amazing program called the AWS Skill Builder. As part of it, it has two iterations. One version is for individuals, and you can sign up free of cost. You get access to a lot of great learning resources, or 600 plus free digital courses and other assets. If you have a team and you're looking to get an year-long benefit, we have a team subscription offer. So based on the size of your team, if you're a big organization, have more than 100, 200, 300, or even 1,000 learners, the more the learners you have, the more seats you buy, the greater becomes your discount. So annual price per seat, as you can see, up to 100 learners is $449 per learner. And from if you have more than 100 till 1,000, it's $299 flat pricing for every additional learner you have beyond 100, and so on. So it's a great advantage. And if you have a team and you are a decision maker, you also want to get access, get clarity, get exposure on how your teams is scaling, you also get the administrator dashboard as a unique benefit as part of this subscription. And I must mention, everyone, we'll be covering the Netcom Plus subscription as well. We have a silver subscription, which is free of cost. AWS Skill Builder is by default available as part of the silver subscription as well. So if you are an individual learner or you just want to test it out, you can start today free of cost without any financial commitment. We also have an AWS Upskilling Discount Fest running. It's also valid till 30th of September. It gives you highly discounted pricing across over 25 plus courses, and it covers all the job roles and specialties. We highly recommend you take advantage of it in case you want to deep dive. Also, if you have a team, you're not sure whether investing in training makes sense for you right now, or what would be the value of training and the logistics around it, you want to get a feel of it, our 2-hour private group training demo is the ideal solution. So be it your Microsoft requirements or AWS requirements, you can request for a 2-hour private group training demo. Only thing is you need to have 10 plus learners, and we would schedule a customizable private group training instructor-led session for you with additional consulting services around building your specific scaling plan that is specific to your requirements. And all these trainings are delivered by our top rated trainers across Microsoft and AWS. And as we circle back to Netcom Plus, which I give a shout out back on the Skill Builder page, it is our very own in-house subscription model that encompasses the entire portfolio of vendors that we have. So we have 3 buckets as part of it. We have the free silver subscription, which you can get signed up right now. We have the gold subscription at $199 per learner per year. It gives you access to 400 plus e-learning modules. And we also have the most popular offering, the platinum subscription, which at a $2,999 flat price per learner per year gives you access to all the free e-learning modules, as well as 100 plus virtual instructor-led courses, which are worth thousands and thousands of dollars. So you can save really a lot of money if you opt for this option. It applies across all the vendors like Microsoft, AWS, EC Council, Confia, and more. All these subscriptions are applicable for 12 months. Also, in case, last option for you, if you have a big team, multinational, you have a lot of divisions spread across the globe, and you want to maintain a common pool of funds to fund your trainings based on the specific needs, because there's no standardized upfront awareness of what you absolutely need. You want to be securing your funding for an entire year. Learning Passport is the right option for you. As you can see, it's a flexible team training package, redeemable over 4,000 plus official courses, flexible fund validity of 12 months, and it increases your training fund value by up to 100%. Now we'd like to close with a quick look at the recommended AI courses that we have in our portfolio. And you'd see a lot of these topics being covered extensively by our instructor during the entire discussion, right? So this is our entire AI and ML instructor-led course portfolio across Microsoft, AWS, as well as some of the vendor-neutral topics that Netcom Learning develops on its own and delivers to address the skill gaps in the market. And you'd find all these fancy topics over here. ChatGPT is quite the trend, generative AI, PyTorch is something that our instructor mentioned, right? So you'd find all these topics available here. Everything is hyperlinked. So all you need to do is come to this page, click on the topic that interests you, or you are interested, or you want to know more about, and you get all the official documentation we maintain. Of course, AI 900 is the go-to course if you want to get started on Microsoft AI. You also have the courseware access as part of today's session. We highly encourage you to redeem your courseware. And if you want to get certified, we have the offer running of 10% discount. So you'd get the AI 900 exam voucher at just $89. Also, on the AWS front, we have machine learning pipeline on AWS, deep learning on AWS, all the courses that are part of this portfolio. Of course, we also have an extensive data related portfolio. As we know, data and AI go hand in hand. So you can just simply click on this button and you'd be opening the detailed overview of all the courses we have related to AI and data. We highly recommend you consider AI 900 and AI 050, which is a brand new course launched by Microsoft on developing generative AI solutions with Azure Open AI Service. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone, and over to you, Tracy. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Agnik, for all that fantastic information about all the great courses coming up. And we are running a little over, but we're going to get some of those questions and answer them as quickly as possible. So are you ready, Usama? Here we go. First question is coming from, let's get to Dino, who would like to know, what is the major difference in data management in AI versus ML? Okay, this question is for you, Osama. Can you just adjust your microphone? Thank you. Question from Dino.
It's really a great question. It's really good. Sorry, Mike was on mute. It's really a great question, and thank you for asking. So data engineering, I believe that's what we're trying to ask from data management perspective. Data engineering start before ML engineering gets started. So we get the data from sources, clean them, process that one, create a pipeline for data. We use Spark, we use Databricks, we use orchestration engines like Informatica, Snowflakes, or we use Data Factory from Azure that can help us to create a pipeline. So on a continuous basis, we can extract data from different sources, process them, and make it available for data science teams so they can use it. And data science team in ML, they use these available data to try with different machine learning algorithms to create rightful answers for the ecosystem, to determine underlying patterns and train their models to have the right outputs when they give the input based on training. We're able to answer that.
Okay, next question from Mike. You probably did cover this. He'd like to know, can you cover data security, data tampering threats, and how they might be mitigated?
Absolutely, absolutely. So there are two different segments where we cover data security out there. One is called data ethics, AI ethics. We cover lots of things that data is not biased. So we don't want to train our model because models are by default biased. So we want to make them on the decisions on the biased data. So we cover data security that part. And in Azure, we talk about that how the data security can be implemented, especially with the large language models and content filtering as well. How we can integrate Active Directory and AWS as well. What are the security layer each data storage platform provide, and how we can integrate that one. We explore role-based access control, understanding encryption methodologies, and how it integrates with the modern frameworks. So yes, in many of those platforms offer out-of-the-box services that you can implement in your application when you're building machine learning models. So if you're using machine learning workspace in Azure, yes, it has a built-in encryption, data securities, and also advanced threat protection as well. Same thing available, similar things are available for SageMakers as well. In our courses, we definitely cover and detailedly define those definitions and provide a length of content as well. On a high-level answer for this one, I'd quickly say, yes, you can use encryption, and also you have the advanced security and DOS protection as well in these platforms. That's a major reason we try to use cloud-based technologies that can provide us these tools so we can just enable and integrate them.
Great. Next question. Can you explain the differences between ML ops and AIO ops?
So fantabulous question. So AI, ML, and AI ops and ML ops are total different scenarios out there. So when you talk about the AI ops, or more specifically, the nowadays the ML AI ops are there. AI ops is basically more focusing on the fine-tuning data on the foundational models out there. So how the data can be extracted from different sources and how it can pass to different models and train that one, or creating embedding or creating a vector databases and make this particular available model or fine-tuned models for the developers out there. So they can use that one in their orchestration applications as well. And on ongoing basis, it can just improve when adding this other security layers and managing their life cycle. So life cycle is different as well. ML model life cycles incorporate from data engineering to a model in production as well, where they have to look for the different computer resources, understanding a different work environment where data engineers can bring data and provide this data services as well, where the machine learning and data scientists can pick those models and try to perform these tests or these experiments out there on the data to create a better machine learning models. And once the model is achieved enough accuracy, it will be going further for the deployment and make it available in production, and also model management, including archiving and validation and model draft management as well. So these are two different processes. They have two different workflows, and nowadays generative AI that is now going on. It's more focused on fine-tuning the data and using a best practices to get a large amount of data to fine-tune specific data sets for specific models that are already pre-trained or already predefined. It does not involve much experimentation.
Okay, great. Abhi would like to know, what are some MS certifications available for non-technical users on AI?
So if you talk about the non-AI users certifications, at this moment there are a few certifications available for Power Platform, Microsoft Power Platform they offer. As we understand this particular lack in this industry, because its evolution wave is just on our head, it's just like a tsunami hits to us. And the Microsoft has not much to offer, but as in that, but they have enough tools. They have tons of tools. So they have automate machine learning. They have Power Automate. They have Power BI. These tools can use automated AI, which you can use AI Builder. AI Builder can help any layman user, any business user, anybody from finance or healthcare or non-technical background to use a basic data to create a model and use them these particular AI thing out. So at Netcom, we have prompt engineering courses, automate machine learning courses. We have also courses available for using AI in Power Platform. So these are the three different courses for Microsoft we offer at Netcom. And the pure Microsoft course that is available today for non-technical, it's only PL 300, I believe. PL 300 200, I can just confirm it. So there's a course available for Power Platform for App Maker. This is the only platform that offers some sense of AI for non-technical users. All our other courses are for technical users. But at VNetcom, cover complete horizon, complete spectrum of that one as well. So we have prompt engineering for you. We have AI for healthcare and industry-specific examples based course outline for you. AI for everyone. and AI within a Power Tools, which basically Power Platform, and Automate Machine Learning. These all 6 courses today available on Netcom, and you can approach any of our vendors to book your course and bring your team as well that can help you to see AI from non-technical perspective and how today you can get started, especially prompt engineering 1 courses. I highly recommend that.
And let's get to one more question. Which class covers the AI engineer skill set that was shown earlier in your demo?
So technically, there are 2 different courses that we have shared. So if you are focusing more on just AI, so it is that called AI 120. So there's basically a course from Microsoft that called AI 120 that you can use it today. And that is available from Azure. That has completely path available, and Netcom offer the training. Is AI 102, sorry, AI 102, design and implementing Microsoft AI solutions. AI 102. It's the course that you can attempt it. And Netcom, we have a specialized courses for working and implementing applications. So building OpenAI solution with Azure. We have a course that called Building OpenAI Solution with Azure, where we have talked about orchestration, LangChain, semantic kernel, memory, databases, OpenAI model, fine-tuning, deployment, security, integration, all that we cover in this custom course that offered by Netcom. If you want to go for Microsoft certification-based course, so AI 102 is for developers.
Thank you so much, Osama, and for everyone joining us today, and want to take a quick moment to have you participate in our short survey before you are leaving the webinar, because it helps us understand your learning experience and improve our future sessions. The directions are as follows. It's based on a scale of 5 to 1, where 5 represents outstanding and 1 represents poor. We want to thank you all for joining us today, and if you do come up with any additional questions, feel free to send them to webinar@netcomlearning.com at any time. We hope that you found today's webinar informative, and we look forward to seeing you back here with us soon. Feel free to tell your friends and colleagues about our webinars and other courses. Have a great day, everybody.